Hey everybody, it's me, Mitch. It's my day off and I've been watching too much YouTube again. This is getting me crazy, this debate, and the implied urgency to it that seems to be getting many carnivores to question whether they're doing the right thing for themselves, and are they doing more harm than good? This is absurd. This is absurd. It's got to stop. We've worked years to fix all those things wrong with us. And a few people who are carnivore influencers all of a sudden now are talking about the dangers of not eating carbohydrates. Have we lost our minds? Are we that susceptible to propaganda? Are we that susceptible to opinion that we start to take it as a proven scientific fact? No. As most of you have been following me know, that my views on the problems and causes of the decline in American health come from one main direction, primarily, one main direction only, and it's that one main direction that keeps us continually failing. I speak from a position of having failed for 75 years till I finally found the answer. For well over 3 years, I've been pure carnivore, not a gram of carbs, not a gram of fiber. Unfortunately, they addicted me to carbs again in the hospital, and I had to get over that. And I did fight it back again and got back to pure carnivore. And the effects on my health have been fabulous. Yet I watch this stuff. I hear eminent and experienced doctors on YouTube starting to question the validity of advice they're giving because of some perceived danger. So I want to take a minute, not a long time, but I want to take a minute and put this, I don't want to call it a warning, but give you my opinion and my thoughts. Simply, number one, the biggest problem, the cause of all the suffering in this country, is that we have been systematically used and abused by the biggest drug pushers on the planet, big food and big pharma. They're making fortunes, and the more addicted we get, the more money they get, and the sicker we get. My second point is, I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care how much in control you have or self-control you think you have. You are more than likely incapable of controlling an addiction by simply deciding in your conscious mind, I'm not going to do that. Your conscious mind gets shut off when your subconscious mind decides it needs to feed its addiction. Now, I know that because I've proven it to myself for 75 years, over and over again. I've been the strongest human being I have ever known. My kids have told me that. People that know me know that. My comebacks from business failures, my comeback from a stroke, they say I exhibit superhuman strength. I'm a weakling when it comes to my addiction to carbohydrates. I have no control, no conscious control, and always lose the argument and the rationalization that I seem to come up with that has me heading to the junk food. Until I get enough of the junk food, my conscious mind is turned back to me, and the guilt and regret sets in when I really start to think rationally again. This is a very real phenomenon. I've spent hours explaining the science and the evolutionary biology behind it. People don't hear it because most of them don't want to hear it, and that is an example of exactly what I'm talking about. We tend to we perk up when we think there's any excuse for us to actually add in the carbs. And we're getting plenty of those excuses these days, and it's dangerous. I decided to risk a little bit, and I decided to try an experiment to see just how strong I am. And I'll let you follow me through this. In my refrigerator right now is a 2-gallon container of heavy whipping cream. In my freezer is a 3-pound bag of frozen blueberries. I take the frozen blueberries, put them in the whipping cream, put them in a blender, and make what is for me crack. The most addictive food that I could ever be around. Blueberry ice cream. No harmful chemicals, no preservatives, nothing but pure cream and organic blueberries. My experiences with this, it's something that if I ever want carbohydrates, this is what I want. This is what comes to mind. And I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I promise you. I'm making a commitment to you that, and with the knowledge that I'll only show how weak I am if I fail. For 30 days, I promised myself that that bag of blueberries and 2 gallons, half a gallon of cream will remain untouched. And I'm going to give you progress reports every day along the way about whether they survived another day or not. This is going to be a test for me. Based on my past experience, if I had to place a wager for money, I would bet against myself. I have proven to myself time and time again that I am powerless to resist. But I'm willing to try to see if with enough motivation, even the most addicted of us really do have the willpower, have some strength to draw on, or, and I hate to predict, but will I give in before the end of the day? Because I know it's there, which is why I cannot have any of that in the house, and why I know and recommend so often to you guys, don't have it handy. You will eat it and promise yourself you never do it again. It's a real thing. I'm tired of hearing people say that addiction is not that powerful. It is the thing that is responsible for the health of the human race right now. The fact that people can't go 2 hours without eating sugar, and to call it anything else or to attribute that to any other cause is just their addiction speaking and justifying to them why it's not the subconscious fault, must be somewhere else. And that's why every advertisement for this food is subliminally aimed right at that addiction center in your subconscious, and we fall for it. So let's see. Wish me luck. We'll see. But I'm so tired of this. The carnivores are now being controlled by their carb addictions, even though they're not eating carbs. The addictions are targeted by all the messaging that say, well, maybe not eating carbs is bad for you. What? What an excuse to consider eating carbs again. Shame on those people who keep sabotaging people's diets because of their own carb addiction and desire to keep eating the carbs. Their own rationalizations that say to them why it's okay, and maybe they should exercise more restraint in suggesting, just like alcoholics shouldn't hear the word that, well, a small amount of alcohol is okay, because if you don't drink, it's going to hurt your health. That's what we're hearing. It's got to stop. If I become the least popular guy on YouTube, so be it. If everybody unsubscribes from me, so be it. Usually I just give you my opinion. I have enough experience and personal experience to know that in this case, it's a fact. At least a fact for someone as carb addicted as me. I'm going to try to prove myself wrong. We'll see. We'll see. And if I manage to go a month and that stuff remains untouched, if I do go the month and that stuff remains untouched, maybe I have conquered that addiction. But I'll look back at that month, and if there was constant cravings, constant suffering, the fact that I constantly had to fight and yet still managed to avoid it, I don't want to live that way either. I want it out of sight, out of mind. Because on carnivore, I have achieved food freedom with 0 carbs. Not with 5 grams a day, not with 10 grams a day, but with 0 carbs. I have achieved peace and relaxation. I don't think about the food. I don't want it. I'm very happy. I've never been that way. It would be a crime for me to throw away the 3 years that I felt so good just to feed that addiction again. Just like an alcoholic or a drug addict who's been clean for years. Finally, the cravings have let him alone a little, but finds himself, well, 1 drink won't hurt you, and the alcoholism wakes up a little. You hear that? You hear that? That sounds good to me, and it's done. We have to be very careful, and I think as a community, we have to be very careful telling people anything they can use as an excuse to get off of the lifestyle that has pretty much saved their life. That's it for today. We'll talk about this a lot more in the future. But for today, wish me luck. They're calling to me from the freezer. Wish me luck. I'll keep you informed, let you know. The first step's going to be to make it till my morning live stream tomorrow morning and have that stuff unopened still. We'll see you then. Until then, make sure you take the rest of the day off and eat meat.